this is Albertinkatu, Albertsgatan, 15 staircase B. The staircases A and B are connected, and we managed to get into both today, 2 out of 3. The staircase C is separate in this building. We will get to it later, maybe in August. The capacity is 3 persons for 40 grams. It is also amazing, but the 3 Valmet Lira from 1961 are the most amazing ones, where I now have all 3 of them filmed. Those are from 1961 and they are really rare in Finland. Very early Valmet Lira. So these were different. These were built before them. These were built still in 1960, when they turned 60 years old this year in 2020, and those 3 other ones turning 60 years old the next year, 2021. That we have filmed. But now 2 out of these 3 1960 KONE elevators with a mechanical fabricator and also with this call button. So another example of this. Which we have filmed, well, quite a bit of these from the year 1960, the last few weeks actually. It's been a lot of them. Let's try it. But also we have filmed with rectangular call buttons also outside with mechanical fabricator. So they are different. Yeah. And serial is H98710, 7 floors. It's going to be inspected in 2022. Let's take a tour. Well, one ride is enough, and outside the mechanical indicator. I already filmed it. Yeah. And on its side, it's also in Swedish and Finnish on the panel. Stop says alarm hälytys. That is not very common for early 1960s KONE elevators. But it's a bit more common than later on. At least it's more common than in the 1970s and 80s. Same in the 1950s and earlier. And in the 1920s, it was, or 30s also, it was even more common to have it in Swedish first on the left side, then on right side in Finnish, or from up to down. It was Swedish first, then Finnish after. But then later on they changed the order to Finnish first, then Swedish. And depending on, well, in some residential buildings from 1939, 1940, somewhere here also in the city center, where on Erottajaskillnaden they have it in Swedish first, then Finnish, because they have a very large percentage, like 30% of them speaking Swedish in this district. Also here in Punavuori, Rödbergen, the percentage of Swedish speakers is also quite high, so that is the reason why they have in Swedish and Finnish here also. That's the clearest reason, at least. Alright. So that's it, and the staircase is separate, so that will maybe be done in August.